Welcome to the American Institute of Cloud Auditors YouTube channel. I'm your host, Robert Llewellyn-Kilby, Principal Author at the AiCA. In this presentation, I will discuss my motivation and the requisite expertise, skills, competences, and knowledge I gained over the years that enable me to co-sponsor this project. My motivation to sponsor this project is due to three primary factors. First, the experience I gained writing the AiCPA CITP and CPA exams in 2011 and 2012 respectively. AiCA's selection of a PBC form of organization, which is the public benefit company form of corporate organization discussed later, and my desire to impart the requisite knowledge, skills, and competences I gained over the years in business, computer science, telecommunication management, and IT in the accounting profession. First, selection of a PBC or public benefit business model. AiCA, the American Institute of Cloud Auditors, is a public benefit company. A public benefit company or a benefit corporation is a relatively new type of for-profit corporate entity that sets as a corporate goal in its charter to make positive impact on society, a community, or the environment in addition to profit as its legally defined goal and objectives. The shareholders of a PBC cannot sue management claiming ultra-virus activities where management utilizes the company resources to carry out the public benefits obligations that is stated in the corporate charter. To date, 20 states and the District of Columbia have adopted this new type of for-profit corporate entity model. PBC are required by law to report annually to the public the benefit they have achieved consistent with the public benefit goal it declared in its charter that made an impact on society, a community, or the environment. Most PBCs are required to undergo an annual benefit assessment based on the third-party assessment standards to determine if the declared public benefit goals were achieved. AiCA's commitment to these legal obligations under its corporate charter was the most compelling factor that influenced my decision to join the AiCA team. AiCA Public Benefit Goals and Objectives. AiCA Public Benefit Objective is to teach college and university accounting students, professional accountants, and IT auditors how to conduct financial statements audit, internal control over financial reporting ICFR audit, compliance audit, performance audit, and accounting regulators how to automatically oversee and inspect financial auditors' work activities in the cloud ecosystem. AiCA annual benefit achievements will be displayed on the company website as seen below. IT auditing requires two unique skill sets: auditing automated financial controls and auditing internal control over financial reporting ICFR. AiCA corporate charter set out to teach both of these skill sets to help bring the accounting profession up to 21st century cloud, AI, and blockchain technology standards. Additional factor to co-sponsor this initiative: the experience I gained writing the AiCPA CITP and the AiCPA NASB CPA exams. I'm grateful to the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, AiCPA, for giving me the opportunity to be one of the exam writers for the Certified Information Technology Professional exam in 2011 and the CPA exam in 2012. Meeting with CPAs from various areas of practice was immensely rewarding, and the experience accelerated my desire to help accounting students and accounting professionals acquire the skills and knowledge to pass the CITP exam at the time. Now the AiCPA NASB ISC discipline exam is our targeted goal for our PBC objectives. Manual paper-based financial auditing standards are not suited for the automated business operating environments. The approach, tools, and methods that are required to examine and test audit evidence are significantly different in a manual paper-based business operating environment versus an automated/cloud environment. For example, conducting risk assessment in the manual paper-based environment is completely different from the conducting risk assessment in the cloud environment. Likewise, cash confirmation, bank reconciliation, tax filing, inventory, accounts receivable confirmation, general ledger, and subsidiary ledger account verification, they are all different in these two distinct environments. So the current version of GAS and the current population of electronic tools and platforms are suited for manual paper-based operating environments. AiCA goal is to help bring generally accepted auditing standards, auditing software, and platforms up to 21st century standards. The skill I gained from the EDP auditing era to auditing in the cloud ecosystem over time. In the EDP era, auditing around the computer was examining paper documents such as invoices, paper checks, paper payroll checks, lockbox systems, snail mail for bank confirmation, outstanding checks, canceled checks, color-coded duplicate copies of documents, etc. So one or several of these hard-copied documents had to be used to test a transaction cycle in a paper-based environment. For example, auditors gather evidence by examining the document title, the date, the document promotion stamps, phone numbers, signature, transaction code on the document, document serial number, etc. to infer whether the transaction was properly executed. That is in a paper-based EDP auditing environment. Contrast that to auditing in the cloud ecosystem. During the cloud auditing era, the current cloud auditing era, auditing through the computer is prevailing. It requires examining electronic files, databases, transaction networks, and the relevant cloud deployment model or models. So unlike the paper-based environment where you examine papers to evaluate or to test whether the document or the entire transaction cycle was properly executed, in an automated cloud environment, you have to examine electronic evidence, that is the electronic file databases, transaction networks, and cloud deployment models, etc. So it requires a dynamic auditing framework with the related cloud auditing methodology that is configurable to conduct transaction cycle testing and accounting cycle testing at all levels of the computing paradigm. So in doing so, you have to conceptualize technology models, and you also have to conceptualize business model. In the previous situation, the conceptualization of business model was prevailing. Finally, there are false claims being made by software developers about their products. The false claims some software, accounting and auditing software developers make about their product, which are mainly document management systems and query tools. Their products are they are SOX compliant and they are AICPA preferred, hastening the need for AiCA to get involved with the initiative of assessing financial auditing tools and platform as a supplementary service under the PBC obligation. That is, the software companies that are producing these documents, developing these document management systems and query tools that have limited application to the actual auditing of evidence, are claiming that they are SOX compliant and AICPA preferred. So as another initiative, supplementary service under the AiCA PBC commitment, we examine tools and post the use of the preferred use of the tool or the effective use of the tool on our website as well, the AiCA members.com website. My academic background, I've gone full cycle doing accounting academically, undergraduate school, information systems management, undergraduate school, telecommunication management, graduate school. So going full cycle means that I have gone through the ranks and files of system development, analysis, design, quality assurance, testing, and from an accounting side, I have gone through testing financial ERP systems, financial systems, reporting systems, and so on. The telecommunication management skills from graduate school I gained was understanding computer network, because computer networks are fall under the telecommunication discipline. That is the 7 layers of the ISO OSI model, whether they truncated it or expanded on them, but computer networking has direct relationship with telecommunication management. It is telecommunication management, but at the data communication level. Summary. As a precondition to undertake a technology-based project of this nature, consideration was given to ensure commitment of the requisite expertise, skills, tools, and technical competency to the public benefit initiative. We had to devise mechanisms to examine and assess controls at all levels of the computing paradigm, including the cloud ecosystem. We had to devise mechanisms to assess risk at all levels of the computing paradigm, including the cloud ecosystem. We had to obtain expertise to design, implement, and evaluate business control and assess the relevant risk at the business and IT operating levels of the computing paradigm. We had to acquire expertise to design, implement, and evaluate regulatory, legal and regulatory control and assess the relevant risk at the business and IT operating level of the computing paradigm. So pretty much a dynamic and configurable cloud framework and methodology enable us to undertake the initiative of doing the PBC program. Conclusion. As information technology, IT continues to advance in both the public and private domain of the global economy. Business process control have become more obscure, translucent, and transcend international boundaries. Financial auditors can no longer afford to examine electronic controls using paper-based auditing standards and audit procedures. A comprehensive and integrated IT and ICFR auditing framework is pivotal to overcoming the challenges IT has caused and will continue to cause in the accounting profession. Examining and assessing electronic control can no longer be achieved by a single tool or platform, because transaction cycle in the cloud transcends multiple cloud platform, business network, and transaction network. Financial auditors must attain the requisite knowledge, skill, and competencies and acquire the appropriate set of tools to assess risk, evaluate, and examine transaction cycle and accounting cycle evidence in the computing paradigm, and to conduct substantive testing and continuous monitoring. Conclusion continues. AiCA business model, auditing framework, and auditing methodology are designed to assist accounting overcome the disruption IT is causing in the profession. We first define the industry model that the client is in, the industry level. Then we, at the company level, we apply the appropriate auditing framework, as you can see on screen, auditing framework 1, 2, or 3, or whatever. And then at the engagement level, we apply the appropriate methodology. Now, as depicted on the screen, a methodology can transcend one or more auditing frameworks, as you will see as you navigate our publications. And so with these complementary expertise and skill set and the experience I gained navigating the accounting profession for more than 30 years, I felt obliged to join this AiCA team to carry out this noteworthy PBC objective. Thanks again for your undivided attention, and hope it was informative.